Hello and welcome to the special episode of The Buck Stops Here. Well, the government is racing against time to try and bring and pass the Lokpal Bill in the winter session of Parliament. The Cabinet will now be meeting in all likelihood tomorrow afternoon as the government works the midnight oil to present amendments to the earlier draft of the Lokpal Bill. Anna Hazare is not satisfied, not yet anyway. Amidst reports that he will be watching the parliamentary proceedings when the Lokpal debate does take place, so far he's standing firm on his announcement that he'll be going on a fast and an agitation from the 27th of this month. Can the Congress afford another round of agitation by Anna Hazare, especially with UP elections drawing close? Today on the program to discuss this and more, someone who's never pulled his punches, our newsmaker today, Digvijaya Singh. Digvijaya Singh, you're about the only Congress leader I know currently who doesn't pull his punches with Anna Hazare. I can't figure out whether he's your pet peeve or you're his pet peeve. Which one is it?
Well, I don't know about that, but I am the favorite punching bag of all.
Of all? Of Anna Hazare, certainly. But he seems to be your favorite punching bag as well.
Anna, I respect him a lot.
He says that you used to touch his feet once upon a time.
I would still do it when I meet him. Unfortunately, he has not met me. I have not met him, rather.
Have you tried to meet him?
No. But
why not?
But there's no need. He has taken a stance, which I think is quite apparent now, that he has been surrounded by all those who don't like Congress party, who don't like Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, and this has become apparent now.
You have said on Twitter today that it's quite clear that no matter what the government does, what the Congress party does, Anna Hazare will not be satisfied because in your opinion, this is not only an anti-corruption movement, it's an anti-Congress movement. It's all very well to say this. The fact of the matter is that Anna Hazare seems to be setting the terms and the Congress party-led government seems to be reacting. The UPS seems in perennial reactive mode when it comes to Anna Hazare. Would you at least concede that he has set the terms and redefined political discourse?
Well, to some extent, yes. But now the fact remains that when he sort of came out of his fast, he laid three conditions.
Yeah.
Number one, the C-class officers must be included. Number two, there should be a citizens' charter. Number three, there should be Lokayuks, Lokpals in the states.
These were conditions accepted by Parliament in the sense of the House resolution.
Yeah. And all three conditions the government must
honor.
After all, it was a unanimous resolution of the both houses. But at the same time, under the Indian Constitution, can Anna take upon himself the responsibility of framing the law? It is the authority of the Parliament, the wisdom of the collective wisdom of the Parliament, which shall frame the Lokpal. And I think Anna should understand this and not really sort of take a position that you accept every word that I say verbatim. Otherwise, I'm going to go on a fast.
But given that these 3 points that you have raised were Parliament's assurance to the country, not just to Anna Hazare, but to the country.
I totally agree.
Why then, for example, would the Standing Committee of Parliament produce a draft which, for example, did not bring the Group C officers under the purview of the Lokpal? I mean, this just seems to be going against the grain of Parliament's promises to the country.
But you must
the Prime Minister, for example.
You must understand,
yeah.
Standing Committee gives its recommendations, but it is the Parliament which frames the law. And there is a unanimity, I'm sure, amongst all political parties to include and honor all the three conditions which they had accepted. And that is that.
Digvijaya Singh, the question...
And beyond that,
yeah.
I think there is a consensus also in the UPA, which I read from the newspapers and the media, that even they are with certain safeguards prepared to bring Prime Minister under the ambit of the Lokpal, which is a good sign.
If what you say is so commonsensical, leave it to Parliament, why does the government at every point seem to be starting with very grand proclamations, starting with the kind of statements you're making, but when it comes to the crunch, it surrenders, it buckles. It is accepted that Anna Hazare has caught the imagination of the public and put the government on the back foot, firmly and squarely on the back foot.
Why do you forget, Barkhad? It was Congress Party President Mrs. Sonia Gandhi who, in her speech in Burari in AICC session, said we would like to have a strong Lokpal Bill as soon as possible.
But if it were not for Anna Hazare,
one second. That time, Anna Hazare was not in the picture.
Nor did the Lokpal Bill ever see the light of day.
No. She had given this task to two members of the National Advisory Council who have got a great credibility amongst this so-called civil society. Aruna Roy, Harsh Mandar.
Yeah.
And they had prepared a draft. Today also, I must confess, although I don't agree with whatever they say, but my contention is that the draft prepared by Aruna Roy is much more practical than what Anna's team has produced.
NDTV's cricket app, Android and iPhone. Fastest scorecard, special analysis, and much more. Download free. ndtv.com/apps.